r/ask Reddit. Straight males of Reddit. What's the gayest thing you've ever done? I was in the army, in combat arms. I think it's safe to say that the military is full of the gayest straight people you'll ever meet. I had 2 fellow soldiers jump into the same shower stall, naked as the day they were born, and wash each other's backs just to duck with our commander when he walked in. I once heard the infantry described as the gayest bunch of homophobes you'll ever see. It was pretty accurate. Went on a cruise with my best bro I hadn't seen in a year after I moved a few states away. The boat docks in Cozumel, and we both walk off the boat shirtless. No plan. But I eventually suggest renting mopeds. We get to the rental place, and he asks, "Can I just ride on the back of yours?" Me. Okay. That's how we spent our afternoon. 2 shirtless guys cruising around on a moped, and he's got his arms around my waist. What's great is that someone from the cruise had taken our picture on the moped, and when he got married, his brother's best man speech was actually a PowerPoint presentation that incorporated that picture. His brother said something like, "Some of you may not know this, but X hasn't always dated women." Me and the boys once took turns taking a 10-minute ice bath at a hotel, then measuring who had the smallest peen by the end of their ice bath. The smallest person won. So who won? Some Lutheran kid from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Barely measurable actually, just a head protruding from a pelvic bone. I was at a gay bar with some gay friends, and this young guy wearing a friggin' suit walked up and asked me for a dance. I told him I wasn't gay, and he said, "I just came out and I want my first dance to be with someone beautiful." I did a slow dance with the dude and went on my way. Dude deserved it for that A+ line. That is smooth talking. I once watched 300. Seriously though, I once held hands with a gay male friend at a party because he was ridiculously handsome and he wanted to discourage a stalker girl who wouldn't take no for an answer. That's homosexual, not homosexual. Naked 4 AM drunk bench press session in the back garden of a mate's house, with 2 other mates. We were drunk. There was a bench. Inevitably, benching happens. I can't remember who thought first this would be funnier if I was naked. Probably me. Please tell me you spotted each other too. Ain't nothing gay about safety when lifting heavy. I once owned a Mustang with a V6 instead of the V8. Severely underappreciated answer. Pretended to be my friend's boyfriend to prevent him from being hit on from this guy he didn't want to hit on him. We put our arms around each other and I kissed him on the temple. LOL. Gay or straight? No means no. And I'll do this 1,000 times more if I have to. There was a friend of mine who is a girl. We were at a bar with some buddies and she was off to the one end and I was watching to make sure she was okay. I saw the guy started talking to her and I could tell she was not interested at all, and she tried walking away from him and started heading back to the group. The guy grabs her hand and is trying to coax her into being with him or whatever. I didn't like that. Dude, she's not into you, stop being a creep. I looked around to see if anyone else was seeing this and no one else was. So I, being the gay friend I am, went to their end of the bar and looked at her and her face was like PLS help me but with a smile on it, so I start hitting on the guy. He got super confused and I was telling him how hot he is and I'll buy him a few drinks and we can go back to my place. I was getting all up in this dude's face and just acting super gay. Reason I say acting is because my voice and personality doesn't come off as gay. You would not be able to tell I was gay. He lets go of her. She gets behind me and he shoves me back and I said that was kind of hot. I love it, rough big boy, and he saw he was making a scene. Everyone was looking, so he left. I hate dudes like that. You're a creep foe. Joined the Marine Corps. If I drew up a line chart of my life with X equals age and Y equals number of IRL dongs seen, there is an exponential spike well into the hundreds on my first day of boot camp. What if I told you that eyeballs can be manually controlled to look elsewhere? It's somehow gayer if you don't look. I was so desensitized to meat gazing when I got out of the Corps. My first time with some buddies at a civilian gym. Everybody was conservatively covering up with towels in the locker room after showering, while walking around naked. My reaction was, "What are you? Gay? Show me your dong." Vet humor. Man. You can titty twist, ass slap, and oil check, literally poke their butthole, each other. The general consensus being it's not gay as long as it's funny. I won't even deny it when people say that's pretty gay, because it's pretty gay. When I was a teenager, me and my 5 friends were alone in the dorms while everyone else went on break. My 4 friends decided that it would be fun to have a masturbation contest to see who can come the fastest. I said hell no, and became the officiator. They all went to separate corners of the room and readied the porn in their phones. When I shout go, they start jerking off simultaneously and the losers have to pay the winner's dinner. Interesting conundrum. Is it gayer to jerk off with 4 dudes or to watch 4 dudes jerk off? I stayed in a London hostel. Late at night I sat on a couch just working on my laptop. Couple hours later a guy sits down next to me. We get into talking and he tells me that he can't sleep BC some guys in his room were talking about sex and he got too horny and couldn't relax. I really didn't give a shit and just kept working. He was overall a pretty nice guy, but all of a sudden he takes out his phone and asks me if I mind. Having no idea what he's going for, I say I don't. He opens P-Hub and starts jacking off to gay porn. The situation was so surreal that I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there and waited it out. In between he told me that it really turned him on that I was there even if I didn't do anything. After he finished we kept talking like nothing happened. Really cool dude. Other than that, changed jobs BC. He was so amazed by the shit he did for a living that I wanted to try myself. TLDR. Stranger jacked off next to me and I waited it out so I could pick up our conversation again. What did he do for a living? Visit hotels, jerk off in common areas and then write reviews on Yelp. Went to a Disney themed birthday party with 2 gay friends as a trio of genderbent villains. Was fun. Lame guess. Ursulid male efficient broda devil? Question mark. I let an old man look into, and then finger, my butthole just so I could join the military. I felt so used. For the next 8 years. Did yours spank you during the duck walk too, or was it just me? No, but I did have to do it naked while Iris by Goo Goo Dolls played in the background. Definitely not the strangest boner I ever got, but definitely top 5. I had my best friend suck my dong when I was drunk once. Knew I was straight about 2 seconds in. Asking as a lady, is there a difference when a guy does it versus when a lady does it? Or was it just the visual aspect that made you go NOOPE? Gay man here. I was being orally pleasured by a girl once. She was good at it, but I just didn't like it. I think it was knowledge that she's not a dude that turned me off. I'm assuming it might have been similar for the OP. I kissed a dude because I thought I was gay. I had sex with a guy. Turns out I'm only into anal when it's with a chick. Nothing wrong with a lil peg every now and then, my dude. Made out with guys due to spin the bottle. Balanced out by also making out with girls in the same games. One of the dudes was a much better kisser than the other participants. Well, thank you. I practice on the mannequins at Target. I was at a bar with my FWB, now wife, outside smoking a cigarette when a guy comes up and starts flirting with me. I let him know that I'm flattered but straight. Then he says something like how that's too bad because I've got the most kissable looking lips. So I humor him and say, well, one kiss won't hurt, and lean in and we share a quick kiss. He goes, that was nice. Can I have some more? Guess I was feeling spunky because I then proceeded to make out with him for a good minute while he squeezed my butt. He said thank you and we parted ways. It's not my doing, but there was this one time when I was in college. I got quite drunk after a party. My roommate, whom I think is a bisexual, sucked my dong for like 4-5 seconds. Well, he was not drunk and he stopped because I didn't approve of that. We both implicitly agreed that was an accident, without any awkwardness. We never speak of that again and are still good friends. Of course I didn't know he was a bisexual before the incident. You're sorry for accidentally sucking your coke last night, bro. I tripped. Made out with a close friend when he came out to me as gay. He wasn't really sure how I would respond when he told me he thought I was attractive. I didn't know how I was gonna respond either. He decided to just go for it and kiss me. Honestly, best makeout session I had. Every girl I made out lacked the passion he did. Never made out with him again. I grew up in a small, very religious town in the deep south. We had a small mall and on Sundays it was common for little old ladies to meet up there for lunch after church. In high school, Me and a buddy occasionally went to the mall on Sundays and faked breaking up near groups of these little old ladies. We'd make it as ridiculous as possible while still being believable. My friend was able to cry on command, so the real tears added a little believability. To add icing on the cringe cake, he was black and I'm white, so it made it just a little more awkward for all the old-fashioned people my town is so well known for. Went with 3 gay friends to a dive gay bar, with gay porn videos playing on screens. A nude live dancer, that kind of bar. Had a ducking blast. Got drunk. Got hit on. Flattered. Danced as if I wasn't straight. Fun as shit. But my gay friends who I went with were horrified about how skeevy the place was. They told me, "You can never tell anyone we came here. Never. Dot. Like, I was the straight one. But I was cool with it. What's up with that? Great time, though. There used to be a gay club in town. Only went a couple of times but had a blast every time I did go. It helps to get free drinks when you look like a bear." I Frenched a guy in a very drunken game of truth or dare. I have to say the big difference was the feel of stubble and the more aggressive tongue action. Technically, got in a hot tub naked with 3 gay guys and we talked about relationships. But really, remove the gay element and it was just 4 dudes talking about life. No biggie. You should tell your dad about this, was the big laugh line. 4 dudes chillin' in a hot tub 1 feet apart cause they are gay. My straight friends once told me, straight, that they would have banged me if I was a girl. Wasn't me, but a funny ass story nonetheless. During high school I was a 4-year wrestler. Due to how wrestling is, the team itself are rather comfortable with each other. Are not afraid to do stuff that the normal straight high school male would be too afraid to do. Stuff like take naps on top of each other, put holds on people laying down. During sophomore year, our coach drove us upstate for a 2-day tournament and got rooms from a cheap hotel. While settling in, 2 of the wrestlers decided that they wanted to take a bath but wanted to save time and water. So while in nothing but gym shorts, they proceeded to take a bath together. The funniest part is when our coach was checking up on us to make sure we get to sleep. He asked where those 2 were, and we pointed to the bathroom. He entered said bathroom, and upon seeing the 2 chilling in the tub, he yelled, "What in the duck are you 2 doing?" And the older wrestler, in all his wise glory, just simply smiled back and went, "Hey coach." So yeah, 2 perfectly straight guys, who I think also had girlfriends as well, decided to take a bath together and be perfectly okay with it. Anyone ever heard of the game Gay Chicken? 2 straight guys slowly lean towards each other as if a kiss is about to occur. First one to back out loses. Pretty simple. Dumb. Raised in South Carolina. High school boy game. Well, mama didn't raise no quitter and I'm pretty damn comfortable in my sexuality, so I'd win whenever challenged. Had the right technique for closing eyes and tilting my head for nose avoidance at the right times to make it believable. One day, I was challenged by a fellow senior HS, who unbeknownst to me, was in the closet. So, I approach it with my usual gusto, and he doesn't back down. Our lips meet. We stay there for about 2 seconds and I think, hey, if I open my lips like I will kiss, he'll back down. Nay, he did not. He shot his tongue right into my mouth when the moment presented. I took the L, but told him I respected his game. Years later at a commitment ceremony between his partner and him, I got credited with being his first gay kiss. So that's kind of cool that I didn't turn him off men forever and make him hopelessly confused, I suppose. A friend was struggling with his newly discovered unrequited gay feelings clashing with his societal conditioning. He was doing more and more self-destructive things, crashing cars, stealing into houses at night. I sat with him for 3 hours, literally holding his hand and talking though and sorting out his feelings and supporting him. He managed to reconcile things in his head and found a boyfriend 2 weeks later. British military, mid-90s. Imagine 5 drunk hairy-assed sailors dressed as Spice Girls with huge balloon boobs, pub crawling around a quaint little English village. No underwear under the mini skirts and offering a free look at the goods for anyone stupid enough to look at them. TLDR. Sailors. Beer. I was scary Spice. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.